Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama.
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast. Hey. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm also great. Oh my God. Sorry, I made a coffee. If you're
Oh my God.
watching, you can see my coffee.
I've been craving matcha, and not just any matcha,
Really?
goods.
Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's your week? What's your highs, your lows?
I've been really, really busy actually because my dad is moving into his new house. He wants to Airbnb his old house, so I've been like helping him organize and clean and stuff. But he wants me to paint the house,
Ooh,
whole house, which I kind of volunteered to do it too, so like I can't complain. But once in like 2018, I was like a senior in high school, and I like stayed home from school to help them paint the house.
okay.
And I was like, I'm never doing this again.
It's
And
hard.
no, now I'm gonna do the whole house by myself. So I'm kind of stressed out, but
That's gonna be fun. You
I
should you should vlog it for TikTok.
yes, I that's a good idea. I will.
It'd be
And then I'm
funny.
re refinishing the floors. Like I have to like sand them and then restain them. So I also have no clue to do it. So we'll see how
That'll
it
be
goes.
fun.
So I've just been really busy. And then my low is everything that's happening in like Florida right now with the hurricane. I've just been
Yeah.
so stressed out about it because my sister's over there. Um,
hmm
so yeah, my anxiety's like been pretty bad.
Yeah, like Jordan told me that like they have like they showed me a picture and like their floor has like I don't know if it's called a tarp, but like stuff on their floor. They have to bring like all their outside furniture in. They have to put like sandbags and stuff. And I was like, it's wild because like I live somewhere that like that never happens. So like, and I've never really had anyone like live in Florida that I know. So like, this is like the first time I'm like seeing and hearing all this. And like also people that are like, there's some people that are so out of touch on TikTok and like they're influencers that live in Florida and they're like, I don't really care. Like they're telling me to evacuate. Like I'm just gonna stay here and like if I die, whatever. But I'm like that's like people are going to die. Like that's the sad thing. Like it's like kind of inevitable at this point. Like there's gonna be people that will unfortunately die from it, and people are just like laughing about it, and I'm like,
No,
what
it's
the
so
fuck?
sad. Especially people who literally can't evacuate because like
Exactly. But then there's people that can, and they're just like, I don't really care, or like laughing, and I'm like, you need help. I don't know.
no, and the mayor literally was like, if you're in those zones that like are mandatory evacuation and you like haven't left, you're gonna die. Like
Yeah.
it's scary. That's so scary.
Yeah. Like if someone told me that, like you bet I'm leaving. Like
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
going.
Category two. Sorry, I'm leaving. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm terrified. Everyone on TikTok is like, I have such like an eerie feeling about this. Like, I don't know. I'm just like really scared, but
Yeah. I hope it's
over there.
all good.
I know, me too.
Yeah. Um, Trying to think of my stuff. My high would be that I'm finally seeing Sabrina Carpenter on Friday. Now I won't have to complain about the fact that I never saw her before. So I'm excited for that. When this episode's up, basically, I'm seeing her that night. And then my low, I don't know. I feel like, oh, I have a low. My skin has been breaking out because whenever the weather changes, my skin just like doesn't like it. So it's like not as cute as I want it to be right now. So it's pissing me off. So that's my low.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
Speaking of tickets though, I was able to get a Billy ticket.
Yay for Cincinnati.
No, for Atlanta.
Okay.
So fly.
Are you going with your cousin or you're just going you?
No, so my little baby cousin has her first birthday the day before the show.
Okay.
Has 2 shows, the 2nd and the 3rd. And
Mhm.
so her birthday's on the 2nd.
Is it November? Okay, that's what you wanted me to come to. I wouldn't have been able to come. I'm in New York.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Um, so yeah, she's obviously gonna be in Ohio for because it's her niece. So she's
Okay.
gonna be there the whole weekend, and so I'm not gonna be able to stay with them, but I need a ticket, like, sorry, like
No, yeah, one. Is it the lower bowl that ticket you were telling me about? That's like a perfect, like I'm telling you, when you get there, like how I was saying, like this tour, I don't think I would want to be Pitt if I had to choose. Like if I only went to one show, which I did, I wouldn't have chose to be Pitt because when you like see the show, like you'll know what I mean. I'm very excited for you.
no, I'm gonna try to do, like, box office tickets in Cincinnati because if, like, I don't get them, I still have a friend that lives over there, like, and
Yeah.
we river, but, like, I at least wanna try for
When's
Cincinnati.
that show?
The 8th,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited because I was
That
scared I
was,
wasn't gonna be able to get tickets, but
yes, at least you have one now. Um, yeah. Do you want to do our song? Because then I think our question could be basically the episode.
let me see. Do you have one?
My song is Taste by Sabrina. I feel like it's just so fun to like sing. I mean, yeah.
Mine, is Kissing Other People by Lennon, Stella. That's just
Yeah. So
I
when
love
is she like gonna come out with music?
like
She posts pictures in the studio, but
I was thinking the other day, you know how we were sat by Leroy, at Madison show?
hmm
He works with Lennon too. I literally should have said something.
yeah, you
Tell
should have been like, when is Lennon gonna release music?
her, please.
Yeah.
Ugh, I just love her.
Yeah. She's
Anyways, let's get into the question. What is our biggest fears?
yeah. I went like I made a list. Lauren didn't. I made a list because I'm so fucking forgetful.
I actually did make a list.
Okay. How many do you have?
Like 10.
Okay. Okay. Let's just yeah, go through them. I mean, mine are pretty deep. Um, so you can start, I guess, since you have more than me. I have six.
Okay, the first one is well, we kind of already talked about it. Um, just like natural disasters in general.
Yeah.
'Cause it just gives me so much anxiety. Um,
hmm
and also like what a sad way to like die. Like say you like drown. Like that's so scary. It's so scary. And thankfully I
Yeah.
don't live, like obviously near water, but it's just like tornadoes too, like things like that. It's just like it's
Yeah. And like with like how climate change and everything is going, honestly, like there's been things happening here that like would have never happened if like that wasn't getting worse and worse. So yeah, it's scary.
that's my first one.
Okay. My first one is abandonment in friendships or relationships. I never realized I actually had like that fear or like issue until a few years ago when my therapist basically told me I did. I just like didn't know that was like a fear of mine and now it's like more present and I think I feel it like all the time, which is like really annoying because I can never just like sit and be like content in something. So yeah, that's my one of my fears.
I also have that. And I didn't think that I would have been like scared of that either. Um,
hmm
growing up, like I've always kind of been like to myself and
Me
like I've
too.
my own company. Like I'm totally fine with being alone, but feeling lonely is a completely different
Yeah.
and it scares me. A, thinking that people are gonna leave me, but then also B, like thinking that I'm forever gonna be alone. And also that kind of goes into my other one, which is like I'm never gonna like find my soulmate like to marry. And I'm like,
Like, what
that
if
just
mine's dead?
no, literally,
Like, what if they
it's
just don't exist anymore?
like that's
Or
so
what if like they're my soulmate, but I'm not theirs?
or also like you find someone who like or you're never gonna find someone who loves you the way that you
Uh-huh.
especially because I've been 24 years like dating. So yeah, it's just
No,
scary.
yeah, I feel that. I yeah.
Kind of going off that last point, like what if in the future, like whoever I do marry, like and it doesn't work out, not okay, I really want to break this cycle, but like say I were to get a divorce and like my kids having to go through what I went through, it's just like
Yeah.
that also breaks my heart. Like so I
Yeah.
just don't want anybody to have to go through that. So
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I obviously don't know what that's like, because my parents are still together. But like I've had like family members and stuff like go through divorces and like I've seen from like the outside mostly, but I know like it's probably a tough thing. Like people are always like, oh, like when the kids are older, like it's easier, but like I feel like it's just not. And I feel like they just expect it to like be easier on them, but like it still affects people.
yeah. I honestly think it might be harder because you actually understand everything a lot more.
Yeah.
At least in my experience, I was kind of put in the middle of like two sides.
Hmm.
I didn't really like because I like had to play messenger and it was just, uh,
Yeah.
but like you actually can grasp the idea
What's
of
happening, everything, yeah.
yeah, everything that's going on. And when you're little, it's kind of just like you're just very innocent and naive to everything. And then when you're older, it kind of also, at least for me, changed my perspective on like love and family and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I feel. Um, my next one is I don't know if it's like being replaceable or being replaced. I don't know like what the proper way to say it is, but yeah, I feel like all my life I've been very like replaceable or like always like a second option like that. So I think like through life, yeah, well, that's my fear of being like easily replaced.
honestly, I actually was talking to my friend about that the other day that like I always feel like I'm second choice.
That
It's
love that
just
for us.
right. Um, okay, I put losing my siblings and knowing one of them will be attending all of our funerals, but no one is gonna be attending theirs.
That's so sad.
Like that's so sad. And if it goes in like order of like
Oldest.
oldest to youngest, like it's gonna be my youngest sister, and I like cry every time I think about it. It's so sad. It's
It
like
actually is, yeah.
yeah, I can't do that. It's so sad.
I have one that's kind of like that. But yeah, I said outliving everyone I know.
Yeah.
Um, just 'cause like I feel like my life wouldn't be the same without the people in it. So I'm like what happens if I outlive okay, obviously I feel like that's really like hard, but like you never know. Like what if I do outlive everyone I know? Like that's not gonna be fun and it's gonna be like I just like rather die before the people that I love die. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I always think what like if we weren't friends, for example, like I don't even remember what I was doing before that or like who I was hanging out with. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like I couldn't imagine you not being my friend. Like
Yeah.
so
Like
yeah.
one of us is gonna die first, you know? One of us is gonna attend the other person's funeral and the other one won't be able to attend. Like, did you know that?
Oh,
Yeah. And if it goes by age, I'm dying first. So,
gosh, stop.
like
Okay, well that
maybe you can like sing at my funeral.
okay.
You and Jordan, you can like sing a duet at my funeral.
We're gonna sing the Bella's finale.
Yes, yes.
Um, that kind of leads me into my other point though. I've always had this fear, and it's not necessarily of dying. Like I'm not scared of dying, but this fear of like dying at a young age.
Mhm.
I don't know why I've always felt it. It's so weird, and I probably should not be like thinking that way because I don't want to manifest anything.
Yeah.
But since I was little, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna die like 27, like that.
Uh,
Or
not
like,
that. That's me next year.
but
Yikes.
like, yeah, I've always thought that.
Maybe like in your past life, that's what happened. That's why you think that.
I don't know. I definitely think I need to go to therapy.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, but it
Okay.
was sickness. I think I'm gonna get sick, and
Oh,
that's how. And I've
oh,
always.
interesting. Okay, this one's not really that deep, but it's deep to me. But like not being able to like live in New York City for like even a short amount of time. Like it's been something that I've wanted to do since I was so young. And like I feel like I will do it. It's just like if I don't, I'll be like like sad about it. So like that's a fear of mine that like I won't ever do that. But I feel like now I'm in like a place where like I'm able to because like when I was in a relationship for like a long time, they didn't want to go to New York. And now I don't have anyone. So like no one can tell me I can't go to New York if I want to live in New York a bit. And yeah, so I'm gonna do it. I just have a fear that I won't, but I will.
Yeah. Honestly, I see you, if not next year, then like 2026, but I definitely see you moving for
I
sure.
think so. I think that's my goal next year. I kind of want to like find an immigration like lawyer because I don't fucking know how to do it without getting married to and I'm not gonna fucking marry someone. Like I'm not just gonna marry someone to marry you know what I mean? Um, unless like, like I don't know, Billie Eilish wants to marry me, I'll marry her. But like I'm not just gonna like do that to get like, you know what I mean? So I need to find an immigration lawyer, figure all that fucking shit out. So I think I'm gonna do that next year and then plan for either 2026 or 2027 and see
Yeah.
what happens. I need to save
Somebody,
money though.
yeah, dude, me too. Somebody offered somebody that I think $1,000 to like marry
How much?
the person just so they can live 55,000.
Uh, I don't have that money.
I'm like, that is marry somebody.
Yeah. Wild.
Oh, okay. My next one is my dream life changing or going like a completely different direction than what I thought. Especially like when I was little and like, you have all these dreams of like what your life is going to be like. And then like you hit those moments in your life and then it's like completely different. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that scares me, especially like cuz again with everything that happened with my family, it's like I know that like both my mom and my dad never thought that would ever happen, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so then it completely changed like everything. Um,
Yeah.
and so it just makes me sad. I'm like, I don't want my life to like the life that I always dreamed of having to like literally come crashing down and be so
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel I felt that when I hit 25. Um, and I was just like, wow, like this is not what I pictured for myself. And I think that's why I had like a fucking crisis. Um, how old are you now? You're 24, right? Yeah, 25 like for me was when like I feel like everyone says that, but like really, but honestly the worst year for me was 26 right now. Not like the worst year, but like when I hit 26, I was like, wow, fuck, like whatever is happening in my life right now is like really just not what I imagined it. But yeah, so I feel like I'm living that right now in that aspect. Like, not exactly what you're saying, but just like didn't think this would be it.
okay, another one of mine. Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Right. Not being able to have kids. Because like I want
Hmm.
to be a mom so
Got me
bad.
laughing. I didn't mean to laugh. It's just funny because like
want
You
kids.
have like the opposite, like, yeah,
You know, yeah, I've just like wanted it so bad all my life. So
yeah.
it scares me not being able to have it. Also, I need to go to my gyno because I think I have endometriosis. So
Mhm.
there's like a huge risk that like
Yeah.
you possibly can't conceive.
Mhm. Doctors don't really like check for it unless you ask, which is kind of fucked up. They don't check for a lot of things unless you ask. Um, but yeah, I feel like people need to talk about that more because no one really does.
And like you get diagnosed so late in life and yeah, so I need to make an appointment.
Yeah. The next one, it's kind of we already spoke about it, but never feeling like truly loved or again like loving somebody more than they love me. I feel like I've experienced that already. Not even just in like romantic love, like just in general. Yeah. So that's my fear.
My last one was one we already said, losing people I love. So
Yeah. My last one is never fully being confident or loving my body, which is something that actually fucking scares me because I feel like I've never, like, out of my whole, okay, maybe when I was younger, I don't remember, but I shouldn't have been focusing on my body when I was younger. But I don't like even remember a time in my life where I was like fully confident and like happy with it. And it kind of scares me. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm 26 and I've never like looked in a mirror and was like, wow. So I'm like, what if that never happens? Which is kind of sad, but hopefully it does. But that's a fear I have.
I think also along those lines, just like in general, like things with mental health, like it scares me. Um, knowing that like I guess it's more so the unknown. Like I don't know what's gonna happen in that regard.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is really scary.
Because I feel like people don't realize like mental health like is kind of with you for the rest of your life. Like it doesn't just go away. So I don't know. Am I gonna be like a fucking 6-year-old like having anxiety attacks?
So
Maybe.
I had one the other day and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm home alone right now because I'm like crying, like I could not breathe. Like
Oh my God. When that happens, it's just me and my dog. Champ just looks at me like,
yeah,
and then he tries to like lick my tears. I'm like, no, this is making it worse actually.
I
Because then it
know.
makes me sad.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Coco loves me so much.
Yeah.
Start crying more, and then I start spiraling.
Yeah, me. And then I'm like, oh my God, like Champ's not gonna be here in like 10 years. Oh my, and then I like freak out. Oh my
Um,
God, that's another fear. Well, it's not even a fear, it's inevitable. Well, like losing a pet, I've never had a pet. So I don't even know what it's like to like lose one. So I don't actually want to think about that.
my childhood dog losing her was so hard, especially because my parents are so sorry, but they're so stupid. They literally like didn't even let us say goodbye to her, and like that honestly haunts me and will
Oh my
forever
God.
stick with me. And
Yeah.
the text being like, yeah, like we put her name was Sophie. We put Sophie down. And I was at school and I started bawling my eyes out in language arts class. I run to the bathroom and like my teacher comes in with me and she's like hugging me and I'm
So
just
you
like,
start crying in class?
yeah, and I
She
hate
probably was
crying.
like, what happened?
And literally that day we had to write an essay about something regarding dogs because I was writing
Oh my
about
God.
and I was like, this is literally so hard. Um, yeah, I'm like,
That sucks.
why they would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. That's sad.
Traumatic.
Literally. But yeah, that's our biggest fears. I love that for us. Yeah, let us know your biggest fears. Hopefully they're on the same level as ours, so I feel better about myself. Um, but yeah, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.